Alright, so I'm going to do a video on how to take your shock off. Already before I took my, it would be for your rear pallion exhaust holder. You take that off first. It just gives better access. Also, you need to take off the side panel and the panel that goes over here. It's a little 7mm bolt for the analog brake mechanical mechanism. So I've had those off already, and that's pretty self-explanatory on how to do that. The reason my seat's on is because I'm doing test rides with the shock. So the other thing you want to do is make sure you have a rear swing arm holder that you can move your rear wheel up and down. And also, I'm using a little scissor jack here so I can raise and lower the bike. So first thing you do is you take your Kawasaki other person hand and stick it in here, and it will hold the 14mm bolt here on the shock. Make sure it's set to off, and then you come around here. I'm using a long extension with a 14 on it, and it goes up in this hole right here, and they've designed it so you can get on there perfectly. Now I've already loosened the nut, so I'm just gonna by hand here. Okay, it's loose. I'm just gonna unscrew it, and if you're real careful, you can keep the nut in the socket, it won't move. Now you do this while there's pressure on both the bolts that hold the shock in place. Okay, so there's one, and I already loosened this one too, so really not too instructive to show you how to loosen it. So now here's the key. There's pressure on those two bolts. Now what you want to do is relieve the pressure with the scissor jack just enough till this nut gets loose. So with my other hand, normally I have it up there on the bolt till I feel it get loose. Still got pressure on it. It's about when the shock stops moving. And let's see, right about there. Okay, so no pressure on it. The bolt will come right out. Now I have a different shock on here, so it's got two spacers that I want to collect right here. Take off my Kawasaki third hand. Well, actually I built it, I can't buy it. Then you use just a pair of pliers, pull the front bolt out. And that's really it. Your stock shock won't have a reservoir, so you won't have to do this. But now what you do is you leave the scissor jack up, and now you take this and you let your rear tire go down, and that gives you the clearance inside here to actually pull the shock out, get it out of the way. That's why you take off the exhaust bracket too, because there won't be enough room. And that's it, pretty quick.